Hello everyone, Michael again from Cape Town, South Africa. Tonight is the first night of the first day of our nationwide lockdown from our president, who has given us clarity and a sense of purpose and direction during this time. So as of midnight last night, we have been on a lockdown and pretty much assume that the rest of the world is there as well, or is going to be there soon. During this time, I thought an important message is about understanding who we really are. We have opportunity now to reflect and to go inward and try and work out who our true selves are. This is easier said than done, and I like to think about it in a way of voices. We have two primary voices, and the one voice comes from the head space, the other voice comes from the heart and the gut. Head space, knowledge, acquired learning, observed learning, and mixture of what society dictates as norms and rules of the game and how we should be. The voice that comes from the heart and the gut is what we're looking for. That is our intuition, and that speaks to us from our soul, and that is where our truth lies. That is where you find the true you. So I encourage you all to use this time to try and decipher between the two voices. It's not something that you're going to work out in one meditation or in one day or even 1 week, or perhaps not even in this time frame that we are isolating. But to make a start, it's always good to take that first step. So I want to provide you with some food for thought around head versus heart, in order for us to start to contemplate that. I'd like us to find some stillness now. So taking a comfortable seat, either on the floor, on the mat, on a carpet, on a cushion, on a blanket, or on a chair. If you're on a chair, take your back away from the backrest. Sit on the front edge of the chair so that you are able to lengthen through the spine. Take some time now to get the props that you need, the support you need. Find your place. And when you do, lengthen through the spine. So in other words, sitting tall. Imagine there's a string tied to the crown of the head and it's pulling your body upward. There's a straight line from the base of your spine, from your coccyx, all the way through to the top of your head. We sometimes, in trying to sit tall, bring the shoulders up to the ears. So let's loosen the shoulders and then let the shoulders drop down into the frame of the back. Take your hands to your knees and bring your eyes to close. Start to just become aware of your physical presence. Take time just to let the body settle, to adjust to this position. Take time to let the little urges to move and fidget to wash away. And don't worry too much if the mind is full at this stage. Just keeping your eyes closed and being fully aware of your physical presence. Start now to become aware of your breath. We want to breathe in and out of our nostrils, so the mouth is gently closed. Listen to the sound of your breath, even if it's quiet. If you are still, you will hear the gentle whisper of your breath. Starting now to take slightly deeper breaths. So make the inhale a little bit longer and slower. And the exhale nice and slow, as slow as you can take it. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Continue to stay focused on your breath, listening to the sound of your breath, noticing the physical movement of that life force coming in and out of your body. The voice from our head is loud, bold, and often very convincing. This makes sense because we've been taught and told to use our heads. The voice from our heart and our gut is quieter. It's less arrogant. It's gentle. Often only a whisper. Often too quiet to hear because of the loudness of the voice from our head. However, the voice in our head is no longer the true version of ourselves. This voice is a combination of all the external voices we have taken in and accepted as our own truth. The voice in our head is full of distortions, disguising the pain of our experiences. The voice in our heads is full of expectations of others and the need for us to conform. The intuition, however, the quieter inner voice of our heart and gut, is free of our fear and self-loathing. This inner voice comes from our untainted soul, comes from your true self. Practice quietening the voice in your head as often as you can. Observe slowly the parts that were not you. Notice these parts, these voices of others gradually quieten and disappear. Be careful to recognize voices that talk about could have, should have, or must have. Gently walk away from these. Practice this distinction between the voice in the head and the voice in the heart as often as you can, until the head quietens sufficiently and you can start to hear a different voice, the quieter, more gentle voice of your heart. Begin to trust this voice more and more until you find the true you. Continue to focus on your breath. We're now going to take 10 deep inhales and exhales together. We use this breath exercise now as a start to the journey of releasing the voices of your head and welcoming the voice of your heart and your gut, welcoming that intuition, welcoming that true you. With each breath, picture the voices in your head quietening and releasing, and the voice of your heart emerging and putting its hand up and saying, "Here I am." Let's just take a normal inhale and exhale to prepare. And now we take 10 deep breaths in and exhale together. Inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale, release from the head, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And exhale. Just breathe normally, keeping the eyes closed. I'm going to read a passage from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. Open up to who you are. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop telling yourself everything you think, feel, want, and do is wrong, or at least not quite right. You've been holding back, censoring yourself for too long. Your creativity, your intuition, the voice of your soul is the very voice you've been silencing. For many reasons, we learn to criticize and censor ourselves. We may have grown up with people who stifled our inner voice, our wisdom, our knowledge of truth. So they told us to hush. It met their needs for us to keep quiet. So we learned to hush ourselves. It was how we survived. No longer do we need to meet other people's needs. Not that way. We don't have to be afraid of ourselves or what we will find if we look inside. We don't need to run from ourselves. We don't need to hide or hush ourselves. We are creative, loving, purposeful beings. It's time now to open to yourself, to your grandest dreams and aspirations, your real inclinations and desires, your wisdom and knowledge about what is true and what is real. Open up to who you are. Listen to yourself. Express yourself. Enjoy who you are. And you will find others enjoying you too. Take our hands to our heart center. Thank you for joining me for this meditation, and I hope that your journey in finding your true voice, your inner wisdom and intuition starts now, if it hasn't already. We take our thumbs up to our third eye center. The goodness in me honors the goodness in you. Namaste.